Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me again today on day 2 of the San Diego layout build. And what's going on here? I know at this point it looks really messy and like, what is he doing here? But trust me, it's going to work out. I'm going into the Woodland Scenics Foam Putty, one of the more useful terrain items that they have. And I've used this stuff before. It is amazing. It goes on slightly kind of dryish damp. It's difficult to explain, but when it dries, and this will cure, this will be fully dried and cured by tomorrow morning. It's now about, I don't know, 6 o'clock in the evening, something like that. So overnight, this will dry to a heavenly sandable balsa wood type texture. So I have a Kato rerailer section of track here because I figured I have to have there has to be some sort of way for road to continue out of the downtown through the old town and people to get off this layout. So I did a layer of the foam putty there, and I'm softening the sharp edges of the Kato Unitram situation. And yeah, it looks nuts right now. I understand. You're like, damn, that's a mess. But trust me, this stuff sands like you wouldn't believe when it's dry. It's so easy to sand. And when it comes down to sanding, that goes into something else I found today at my local train store. A product I just discovered is the Tamiya sanding sponge, which is basically a sandpaper on a very pliable, but when you torque on it, when you bend it, it doesn't go to a sharp edge like normal sandpaper. And I've worked with this foam putty before. When it's dry, you can, even though it looks all crevicey and cratery and chaotic right now, this stuff will sand perfectly smooth contours. I know that's going to work out. So I'm going to use this 240 grit Tamiya sandpaper to do the rough sanding. And I think I might make another trip to the train store tomorrow to get a more of a 400-ish grit to go over it with. But anyways, I think the blending with the Woodland Scenics foam putty is going to go well here. And so last night I used the Woodland Scenics foam tack glue, which I find is the best glue for my use to glue track and plastic down to boards. So I used Woodland Scenics foam tack. And just because these items say foam doesn't mean they're not good for a lot of other things. Obviously, there's nothing foam going on here, but I also have to keep this layout very lightweight. This bin, even when it was brand new, weighs nothing. And it just adds a lot of volume. When it dries and cures, it doesn't crack, it doesn't shrink. It's pretty much everything described here on the label. Fills in cracks, sculpt and carves, sands smooth. So this has a lot of uses, guys, on your layouts when you're doing primary terrain work. And this morning, after the glue cured on the track, I tested trams, trolleys, locomotives on the outside rails, made sure all the electrical continuity is good, and we are good in that department. So tomorrow I'm going to be sanding and a lot of vacuuming of the foam putty shrapnel. That's why I have I have a lot of vacuum action going on. I'm a vacuum advocate. But for this time of rough work, I use my old Black & Decker, for hobby vacuum. So I'm going to contour and vacuum up all that foam putty situation, and I'm going to ballast the track tomorrow. And I'm going back to my favorite Arizona Rock and Mineral products for ballast. And I was looking at the wall. My train store carries the full line of every single Arizona Rock and Mineral ballast product and everything else that they make. And through researching photos of what's going on with San Diego and downtown San Diego with ballast, this Northern Pacific Gray turned out to be the best match for color. And again, all of their products are made of real rock. So this bag weighs about a pound. It's nothing like the crappy Woodland Scenics ballast. That stuff is just, in my book, garbage. The fine ballast, it's pretty coarse for N scale. It's out of scale, the Woodland Scenic stuff. It's made of a crushed walnut shell. It's just difficult to deal with. Nothing like dealing with actual real rock type ballast. And then I got this, I didn't know they had this product, Arizona Rock and Mineral Pigment, which is actually a finely powdered, I wouldn't call it sand, it's finer than a sand. It's very, very fine, but I'm going to use this for walk pathways through the Old Town San Diego Historical Park. And that's what's going on this time, guys. So thank you for catching up with me here on day 2. And I have, let's see, Saturday, Sunday, tomorrow. 2 more days after today to get going on this layout situation. So catch up with me for future videos. I will be posting a video every day I work on the layout with the progress. And I hope everyone enjoys their weekend. And take it easy. We'll see you soon.